I'm in the historic district of Porto, Portugal, which is the historic home of port wine. Behind me is the city of Vila Nova de Gaia, right across the river from Porto, and that is where the aging cellars for port wine are located. So let's start at the beginning. What is port? Port is a fortified wine. So what's a fortified wine? A fortified wine is a wine that has had a spirit, normally brandy, added to it, which can stabilize the wine and increase the alcohol content. In the case of port, the alcohol content is right around 20%. The spirit used in port is very specific, and that's going to be covered in future videos. So if port is a fortified wine, what sets it apart from other fortified wines like sherry or vermouth? There are a number of things, starting with the grapes. Specific grapes have to be used in port wine production. Now there's over 100 you can use, but there's a much smaller number that are regularly used. Another thing is geographic location. Port wine grapes must be grown in the Douro River Valley. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's actually the oldest demarcated and protected wine region in the world. Port wine must be aged in either Vila Nova de Gaia or in the Douro Valley. There are specific production techniques which must be followed, and all of this is done under the oversight of the IVDP. It is the organization that determines whether a wine can be classified as a port wine or not. So when you've got the right grapes grown in the right region, aged in the proper way with the proper production techniques, and you have the seal of approval from the IVDP, then you've got yourself a port wine. That's the bare bones basic of what is port. It is not complicated, but it can be wonderfully complex. So I hope you will join me on this journey as I set out to learn about port wine. Future videos, we are going to be learning about types of port. We are going to learn about production techniques, the aging process. We're going to learn more about the IVDP and its role, and we're going to taste some amazing wines. We will visit quintas, or the wineries where the grapes are grown. We're going to visit the aging cellars in Gaia, and we are going to have fun. So come along, leave any comments or questions below, and please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. There is a sister site to this channel. It is learnaboutport.com, and mostly there I will blog about cellar visits as well as some tasting opportunities around town. So I'll see you next week.